The circuit D'Jules building there, a man-made island built for the Olympics until they plopped down an F1 track right in the middle of it in the late 70s. Has hosted many races since, and now is host once again for Roma Racing tonight here at the Canadian Grand Prix. And we'll see if the AlphaTauris of Tails and David can bring the fight back to the McLaren, but it might be tough in these wet conditions. And with me, as always, my man Hunter. How we feeling this evening?
I'm feeling amazing, Celestial. Not one of my favorite tracks. Oh, let me take the standings down. Not one of my favorite tracks, but it creates pretty decent racing. And, you know, we've got a little bit of a smaller grid tonight, so hopefully they're all able to keep it tight, keep it clean throughout the race. And yeah, I'm excited for this.
No, I would agree. It's not necessarily the funnest track to race on, but it can produce some overtaking.
I was laughing during your intro because I like flashed myself on the camera on the stream. Like I didn't even realize. I was like, oh shit, my bad, guys. I am not what you guys are wanting to see at this very moment. But
we already got a retirement Big Tundi into turn one, or well, actually turn two technically. Got on the throttle and lost the front wheel, so these conditions are already proven to be a little tricky. That is funny as hell. Throw the face cam up for a second.
I was like right in front of the camera. It was hilarious. I actually want to go and like look at it because I just got out the shower. I probably look wild right now with my hair, but nonetheless,
that's funny as hell.
Either way.
I thought you were laughing at me for a second. I was like,
I was just like, oh shit, I'm not muted. My bad, boys.
Oh, that's funny.
But
yeah, it looks like we got some wet conditions though for the qualifying.
I don't know if we're gonna have a wet race too, but I'm kind of hoping so. We've already got a tire to signify the death place, the resting place of Big Tundi. Because, I mean, why else would that tire be there? That's been a glitch for, I think, 2 years now.
Yeah, no, it's always
leave it to Codemasters. Their name just doesn't live up to it.
They give you a reminder of your mistake. Miss Tails is the only one with the time on the intermediates, 1:29.9.
Yeah, Slippery's, I think, headed towards the finish line. He's got on the intermediates. And yeah, this looks a little bit treacherous right now.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, sometimes that just you got them intermediates on and you think you got enough grip, but it's just so slimy kind of the track looks like out there. Let's see what Slippery does. Slippery does go, wow. 1.3 roughly quicker, and Canadian improves too to go P2.
Yeah.
So the McLaren's back up top.
And more than likely, I mean, I won't say more than likely. I don't know if the meta really is still there this year, but I would think that these guys are probably loading up for multiple laps in terms of fuel. Because these tires, they take a lot longer to really warm up. These times are definitely going to start tumbling down as they get more and more laps in. Rip the track up, all of that.
Oh yeah, no, I would agree. I normally run that safe strategy when it's wet. Throw a little bit of extra fuel in there. Maybe try to go for back-to-back laps if you can. It's not like you're gonna need these tires again.
Right.
And it is funny seeing that tire sitting on the middle of the track.
It's
Can we get a marshal out there, please?
I mean, it is just holding true. But yeah, Vapor actually hops into P2 as he actually almost has an incident with, I think, the spun Williams of Thunder, and Thunder just can't get it under control.
Oh, and okay, they were both staying out the way of another car coming. I wasn't sure if that was a maybe a retaliation moment coming, but either way. Yeah, it goes up in a P2 on the wets, so...
Yeah. Maybe proving that the wets are actually the way to go, but there's several people out there on the intermediates. You've got about half, it's basically split half and half. But also to mention some of the guys down further haven't even come out yet.
Oh, and Tails does improve, but he's still behind
Just
Slippery
barely,
by
but
a
yeah.
hundredth.
And you would assume Canadians should be able to also improve, barring any mistakes.
Where is he at on the
Oh, it's a little bit squirrely, but that's usually okay. In the rain, I think you can expect that everybody's getting squirrely out of these corners.
Yeah,
Going
keeps
into
it
the
under
hairpin.
himself. Yeah, glad to see that he's able to play again.
And yeah, like I said, I wonder if the race will be wet. Obviously, this would, if the race is wet, this will drastically change what some of these boys are. Slippery's not going to improve this lap. He's going into the pits. Like I said, that'll drastically change the setups that these boys decide to go with if it is wet all the way through.
Yeah, you don't want to be caught out putting a decent qualifying time in a wet setup, and then a dry race comes and you're just a sitting
Yeah,
stone.
exactly. And I mean, so more than likely, maybe you would be faster on the straights than these guys, but the second, it just grip-wise, just overall, you would definitely be lacking.
Yeah,
Homie,
sometimes it's definitely that double-edged sword where you kind of just got to balance it, find
yeah.
that sweet spot.
Yeah, but homie ended up validating his lap, so gonna have to try to improve again. He's about 10 seconds down, so you'd almost assume that he's made a couple of mistakes in that lap, and then also after that gone and invalidated, so probably wanting to get a representative time up there. It
Yeah,
can be
sometimes that
difficult
could
on
be.
Canada. Ooh,
Uh, oh, and Bio was right behind them. What just happened there?
let's see. On board with Mercedes, he just went straight on.
Yeah.
Has to
Could
be
be
like
some kind of. I was gonna say maybe a wheel failure
yeah,
or controller
weird,
error. Because I've
very
had that
weird.
happen
Oh, of
before,
course.
though, and that is so unfortunate sometimes, though. You're
There
just
is an
see
infamous
it
clip.
coming.
There's an infamous clip of me in third place around one of my favorite tracks, Netherlands, last year. And it was before the wheel break, so you probably maybe would say that this was an inclination that this problem was gonna come. But no, my wheel just disconnected heading into turn one, and that just
Oh.
goes on Netherlands. So I just go straight across the gravel, and it's such a long way to get to that wall, and I still DNF'd.
Oh
It
man.
was so depressing. So yeah, no, I've been there. Trust me, we've all been there. We've all had that moment of our technology
Yeah.
failing us. But yeah,
I've
Thunder
had my
into
puppy
P5,
definitely.
which isn't bad. I'm sorry, go on.
I think. No, I was gonna say I've had my dog pull out mine
Oh.
cord for sure too, but it looks like Routine is on for a decent lap here as well, coming into the final chicane. Got to be careful for the wall champions.
Yeah, he's on the intermediates
Keeps
as
it
well.
tidy. See what he does, and he only improved.
Oh.
Okay, well then he lost a light because he had a purple
I think he's
and
just
a.
going straight back into it. Yeah, probably knows that he maybe lost a little bit of, or a lot of time in that last sector. He's getting pretty squirrely. He keeps it under
Yeah, he
control.
did have a little bit of a moment in the hairpin, but I don't know if he would have lost quite that much
Yeah,
time.
I think
Obviously,
he's
five
backed
seconds
out
is
now.
quite a
I
bit.
think he's definitely backed out here.
Yeah.
Black ball
Yeah, a couple other
approaching
guys.
now. Gets out of the way of him. Black ball definitely on a lap, I think. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe just rushing back to the pits. Who knows?
I know sometimes it's hard to tell, but it looks like he was definitely eating them curves that time. So
Thunder had a little visit with the wall, or well, maybe not the wall, but definitely spun.
just heating the tires up, just
Yeah,
getting them
yeah,
ready
yeah.
for the next lap.
Yeah, that actually might benefit him, honestly, as long as he didn't hit the wall. As
Yeah, Baller
Vapors
does a
actually set
good.
a middle second sector.
Oh, yeah, I think Vapor's right on the train of this J Mick or no
That's Routine
uh
and
Balla
Thunder, or yeah,
Balla.
Bala. You're right. Wrong Williams.
Yeah, so let's see what Vapor does here then. Is it both cars in front of him going to the pits?
Ooh, keeps it on track and gets a little bit squirrely off the curbs.
Yeah, it's
Able to
so
do.
hard to their.
Only able to improve to P3, and he's literally only a thousandth ahead of Canadian.
Yeah, that's just super close. Slippery drops it down even further.
Wow.
Yeah, that last chicane, the wall change, it's so hard. You gotta almost mount the curb there to come into that, and it's definitely a hard corner though. It could definitely be magnified even worse if wet.
I wonder what the... Ooh, Canadian's in a bit of traffic. Okay, he's on an outlap, so he's okay. Yeah, it definitely looks like we're going to be wet for at least the rest of this session. I don't think there's any drying up coming in the next 4 minutes.
Yeah, no, it'd have to come in a hurry to get dry at this point.
Yeah. Tails is out there. He's just put on a set of intermediates.
Okay, so is he coming across the line?
He was on the wets for his first run.
Comes here, turn 1, turn 2.
Clean so far.
Kind of a difficult turn 1 and 2 to me. It doesn't seem too bad though. I don't know. It's just maybe
it is a difficult. I think turn 2 obviously being the more difficult of them. I think turn 1 is pretty easy, but obviously if you mess up turn 1, you're automatically messing up turn 2, or at least you're losing time in turn 2. So. Yeah, no, I definitely get where you're coming from. It's not the easiest of turn. It's actually one of my favorite turn 1s, though. It's narrow, and I feel like people usually don't like to take stupid risks there. True. But if you're also side by side, you can if you are side by side. It's doable.
Yeah, there's enough room.
Yeah.
And there is a little bit of room for air there, kind of. It does kind of taper in quite a bit, though.
Yeah, but yeah, it does, but I think I think by then somebody will probably have made the overtake. Let's see what Tails does over the line, though. They look so close every time.
I think he tapped the rear, potentially. I could be wrong, but...
He didn't improve. I don't think he improved.
Yeah, it didn't look like his sector times were... They might have been just down a hair, honestly, it looked like. Most of the time he was going through. Where he going out is... I can't tell if he's out on another lap or not. Looked like he was just barely down on his middle sector.
Yeah, David kind of chilling in the top 6. But I think with that time, he's going to want to definitely get down in there at least. He's about 2 seconds off. After P5, yeah, the gap from Thunder to David is about 1.5 seconds at least. Well, about a second, a little less than 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, quite a big gap there. We'll see if he can improve upon that. Yeah, because it's so quick how the season changed. They had so close in the Constructors 1 point, and then just a couple bad weekends, and that's all it takes. And then you can, next thing you know, you're just looking up, trying to crawl your way back.
In reality, like I looked at it, I think at the end of the last race at Baku, I think we had mentioned that still, even though Tails finished in second, it still should have been, at least we had thought maybe advantage on points, but still I think it ended up being almost equal when I ended up looking at it or doing the standings. In terms of points
and
collected.
David's into the wall.
Yeah, I'm seeing that he's driving a little erratically right now.
Yeah, he
has lost his wing because of
it. Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, Canadian scored. I can't remember exactly where he finished in that race, but
it wasn't
kind of evened
great.
out there.
But yeah, no, it evened out because Tails lost that at the line. If Tails would have just been able to hold on for that first place, they would have definitely made some inroads. But
I know we're coming off of one of the best finishes ever, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Seen, so.
Black Baller retires. We must be winding down here towards the end of qualifying.
Yeah, it's so hard to see a time. What is it? 2 minutes roughly, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah, it's just constant yellow flags. Yeah, a minute and a half. Everyone's giving each other toe. Okay, now they're both on outlaps. Oh, David retires, so he's going to be starting towards the back of the grid.
Yeah, it doesn't ever look like the track really improved any necessarily. Almost just look like the track has kind of stayed the same conditions.
Yeah, it has just stayed torrential, really. I'm surprised a lot of these guys have been able to really put in formidable times on the intermediates because it looks pretty, it looks deadly out there. But Wesley's just snuck into the top 4 again on wets.
Oh, how about that? So he is making the wet tires work for him.
J-Mick has also decided, I mean, he's just put in a lap, and he's also decided to go with the wets. But it's still a little bit split.
He did get across the line to start another lap. See if he can. Oh no, he can't because he just invalidated there. Almost lost the car too.
Who's coming across the line? That's Tails. Will he be able to put anything up in defense? Oh, he doesn't improve.
Oh.
The Red Bull won't improve, not Sir Vapor. Wesley.
He does get across the line, so we'll see if he can go again, but.
Oh yeah, I forget. I thought the time was up. My bad. My fault.
It is right there.
Now it is, yeah.
0 seconds.
Vapor
but we'll see if he does another push lap.
Yeah, no, Vapor can't make it, I don't think. No. Then. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no,
the
Vapor
remaining
just
guys out there.
Oh, Tails is pushing, but he is. I think he lost just quite a bit of time there. I think Slippery will be the first one to come across the line.
Yeah, and he's invalidated as well.
Oh, he just invalidated. Oh.
So no improving from our current.
Canadian improves up to P3. It's a 120.8.
Tails,
so Tails
Wesley,
is one of the last Thunder. Ones.
Wesley's going into the pits now? Oh, no, that's William.
I know, I'm trying to scroll through. I keep missing them.
The Blues.
I think Tails is going to be the next one across the line. Let's see what he does. He does
just
cross.
Barely improved, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not quite enough. And Wesley throw, no. And that's about it.
Yeah, no, he stays in the top 5, though. Still a good qualifying time on them wet tires, though.
Yeah, and I think now, I mean, me mostly, I'm excited to see what the weather conditions are going to be like because, I mean, we saw what happened at Hungary. We could have a bowling ball situation if we have some wet conditions here.
You know, Valtteri thought he was going to keep his seat for that move. You know, he thought that was it.
Definitely, like Russian style, like, thought he was going to get a medal from the motherland. Like, like he thought he was going to be handed that thing by, like, Putin himself. I don't know.
I think Toto gave him a bonus after that race. He might not have kept his seat, but he just got a secret
Oh yeah, they played it off with oh, you helped us win constructors. But we know. We know. We know.
You can't lie to us, Toto. But Slippery P1 though, once again. We've seen that time and time again in Tails.
And I mean, hey, if that doesn't happen, Mafia wouldn't have happened either, more than likely.
True.
Yeah, imagine Michael Massey still having his seat. It's dry, no. Pain.
Whew. Oh, the butterfly effect.
Man, a world where Max Verstappen is still champion and Michael Massey still has his seat is just wild. But anyway.
And it is going to be a dry race for us. Don't see a cloud in sight, so
yeah,
no drops today. But
Mother Nature tried to slow Slippery down did not prevail.
Nope. No, it's gonna take a lot to slow Slippery down
I don't know.
this season.
Thor might have to like lightning strike his car. That also might just make him faster. I don't know. These cars are electric. Who knows?
Has unlimited ERS afterwards, man. You can't do that.
All right, we're getting straight into it. Still no formation lap. Cody's, please fix this. Let's see how good of a start.
The revs rise. The McLaren looks like he's out to a good start. Slippery's out of way. Here comes the Red Bull, and now Sir Vapor down to the inside.
Oh, but he has to kind of concede on the inside.
Can Tails take it back? Looks like Tails is gonna. No, Vapor's gonna have the traction.
He's still there. No, he's gonna get the move done. So for now, he's gonna be in P2. And
what
Tails.
a start for the Red Bull.
Oh! There's been contact for sure. I think he's lost some wing.
Yeah.
He's had to lose some wing there.
Oh, I can't see none missing, but oh, it definitely looked
that
like
was
it. But
whack.
Yeah.
A proper whack.
Too. Wow, the Red Bull had quite a start there.
Not many
over the
positions
sister team at AlphaTauri.
Gained and lost, other than obviously the front. I mean, Vapor somehow just had a god start and made up 2 positions at the start.
Yeah, he had to move the wheel drastically there to get out of to try to move. He had such a better start than Tails there.
And I think the worry for me is I might have literally been on board for 2 warnings of Vapor, which was turn 1 when he was kind of avoiding Tails, and then I believe it was a little bit later. I can't remember which turn. Maybe turn 4, the second chicane. But so yeah, hopefully he hasn't already racked up, you know, a legion of penalty or warnings, because that's never good on, you know, the early laps. But he's actually he's lost some time, but he's actually not losing like a massive amount of time here to Slippery by any means.
No, because you can pick up penalties here super easy, as we already see Bala has one.
Yeah.
Already acquired one. Yeah, no, he's kind of hanging with the pack so far.
Yeah, if you have a hard time just getting those tires warmed up in the first phases, the understeer can just be so annoying and kind of unexpected. So picking up warnings in the first few laps, especially on a track like this with low curbs that entice you to go over them. And yeah, the track limits are how they are. They're just very strict. Although, as you see in the last chicane, you can cut that first curb quite a bit.
And I think you should be able to, honestly, in my opinion.
No,
and as you mentioned it, there it is, right there into turn 1. Vapor does do it. Oh man.
Well, no, he's just defended.
No, I mean he picked up a 3-second
penalty. Oh, I didn't even see it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and Tails is getting closer and closer. Yeah. Here, DRS is about to be activated.
And I almost think for Vapor here, they are losing a bit of time. I think Tails is really going to start to push here to get past. I think he's going to want to... The DRS is enabled. I sometimes like to go side by side here into this last hairpin, just to kind of put him on.
Oh, and Canadian hits the grass and he spins Tails. Oh no, Canadian got on the grass in the braking zone and got into the back of Tails there.
Oh boy.
And now his teammate's going to pass him, dropping him all the way down to P8.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, man.
Canadian
came in
barely
super
missed
hot.
it because the camera switched. So yeah, that's just unfortunate.
I think he got on the grass, like he just, because I've done the same thing there before and had to yank the wheel to the left to avoid a car. He got on the grass just a tiny bit into the braking zone. Tails, I was going to go back around David, though. Yeah, that is definitely unfortunate.
Yeah, and that's also easy to do. Just barely just tap that grass, or kind of dig a tire just too far into the grass. It's just very easy to do. And I think last year that was one of my biggest problems. I was always trying to exceed and just go a little bit deep, and that can happen.
Well,
so that's extremely unfortunate for Tails.
Yeah, it's gonna help out Vapor for the time being. Now he has that 2.5 second gap to J-Mick back there, but it looks like sure looks like J-Mick has closed in quite a bit. No, J-Mick has closed in quite a bit here.
Yeah, no, he is definitely closing. Now that he has a little bit more space to breathe, and he also obviously has the DRS enabled. Obviously, Vapor having that penalty as well, that could come into effect towards the end of the race, depending on who else gets penalties. And obviously, Canadian and Wesley just picked up 3-second penalties, so it's gonna be a penalty-filled race.
Yeah, like we were talking about that corner of the wall championship earlier. I think you should be able to cut that first chicane.
Oh, I just realized
Not
my
all the
music is
way,
not
but
good.
cut quite a bit of it because it's just such a tight corner there. They don't really give you quite a lot of space going in there. Yeah, so Vapor holding them off for the time being, but J-Mick on the medium tires, DRS open. He's not going to be close enough this time, but he is closing in and closing in. As the
Yeah,
Canadians are showing up this race. Look at the top four right here. Trying to
yeah,
show
all
out.
Canadians. I mean, well, I guess Vapor technically races under the French flag, but he does reside in Canada, so I guess they'll claim him.
Yeah, J-Mick's getting closer. That DRS runs so long. Oh, is he
J-Mick.
gonna go for it?
No, he's gonna tuck in.
Got the double dose though coming up here.
Obviously, Canadians right behind them as well. Wesley, he's sticking back, but he is on the. Well, actually, no, he's on medium tires, so just lacking maybe a little bit of pace here in the early stages.
Now I'm kind of surprised Canadians. I don't see none visually, but I definitely think he had to pick up some kind of damage there because it wasn't a hard hit, but it was hard enough though. Oh, and J-Mick goes around. A moment he saves it, but gets into the side of Canadian there though.
Yeah, and I mean we've seen hell if Tails didn't pick up damage, then I don't know what to expect. These wings must just be truly indestructible. Which, I mean, granted, they are quite a bit stronger than last year's. But how hard I saw Tails go into the wall was definitely warranted of a yellow wing, at least. Possibly a retirement. Like, I was actually shocked he even was able to stay in the race there.
It was a proper shot there to the wall.
Because I thought his tire was going to, like, drag on the wall. I thought he was done. Which I think is what would have probably happened with, like, more realistic physics. But he just happened to bounce off it.
I agree. And if his car would have kept going, it would have bent
There goes
the toe
David on
link
Thunder.
or something there.
And both the AlphaTauris are just swarming them. It's like a reverse Oreo. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh.
David gonna have to still stick behind. But yeah, no, if Tails doesn't have damage, like that's just ridiculous. That's insane. But he's racing like he doesn't have damage.
Which I think you can race better this year with damage. Obviously,
True.
a lot of the floor helps out with the aero, but still, though, he's got a. I wish we could bring up the graphic for his car. Honestly, it would be nice, but
yeah, we definitely wish. Oh, J-Mick's been overtaken by Wesley before the hairpin, so probably a mistake made there.
Oh, Thunder's still doing a good job, and he's getting
Vapor's
passed by Tails, though.
Vapor's just chilling now. I mean, the guys behind him have kind of squabbled and spun and made mistakes, and he's just out there chilling, keeping his nose clean, doing what he's got to do. And I mean, he's mentioned before. I mean, he attended this race this year in excuse me, in real F1. So I mean, he even said before this is kind of a special race for him. We got a yellow flag. Okay, I think. Yeah, Tunde's back underway.
Both AlphaTauris are going side by side. Oh, and David does have to concede in turn one, though.
Yeah, now they've just got a four-legged race there between Tails, David, Thunder, and Bonhomie. And I don't know what's happened to, like, the lights of Bio. And I mean, Thunder's got overtaken by Wesley, which we missed, because he was in P5. So that's what I mean. Like, everybody behind Vapor has just
Yeah.
kind of parted the Red Sea and just gave him a really nice little gap. And obviously, Cucumber's got an even nicer gap out there in front. So, yeah, as long as he can still keep his penalties to a minimum, because you never know if a safety car might come out here. As long as he can keep those to a minimum, he'll be okay.
I never noticed, it won't ever seem to serve a 3-second penalty in the pits for me. I noticed it'll serve a 5-second penalty.
No, you can't serve a 3-second. I don't think that's allowed.
Okay. That's unfortunate. I really wish you could just go ahead and serve those in the pits. That's...
At least not in the game. Maybe it's possible in real life, but even in real life, I don't think I've seen that. But to be honest, I don't think we see real life, other than Austria, we don't see that happening in real life too often. Yeah.
No.
I think Australia was,
definitely
I almost keep saying Australia. Austria was like one of the first cases where we did see penalties for that in a really
I mean, that track was so bad, even some F2 drivers they missed races over that, which I still think is kind of ridiculous. They acquired so many penalty points.
Yeah,
2 of them missed races over that, and I don't know if I agree with a track limits race ban, but either way, yeah, that one was quite a mess there.
Routine locking up a little bit. He started from the back and he's made his way up to 10th, so not a bad outing so far. But obviously, him being on the back of Bio right now, gonna want to get this move done, and he's actually really close. I would assume this man's using very low downforce, as he always does. So overtake on the straight is never... To routine, he doesn't know what that word means. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh my goodness, he was so far back.
Bio still a good defense from Bio, even on the outside. Routine does kind of give a little, gave enough space, that's for sure. But he just makes up so much in the straight.
I was gonna say, I've not seen somebody make up quite that much on a straightaway, even with DRS and draining your battery. That was quite some straight line speed there.
Yeah, and I mean, if he's able to stay close here in these corners, it's gonna. He should be able to get this done. You always, sometimes you just wish that chicane, that last chicane, just wasn't there, so you can make the overtaking easier. But you know, sometimes this is just how it goes.
No, it almost reminds me of how they try to design that Miami corner, where it kind of decentivizes racing to me when you make it a one-line corner to me. I don't know. I would rather widen it out and
I'm
at least give an option for side-by-side racing.
Which is
why always better, in my opinion.
I was very upset to not see Kyalami enter the F1 schedule. But
you weren't the only one.
Because that track is actually extremely wide. Like, that whole track promotes racing. Like, we've seen like 4 or 5 wide moments. Like, oh my gosh, routine gets a really good exit out of the chicane. The Williams! Black Balla is around.
Oh, no.
But routine, not able to... still, I would have thought... I was trying to switch over. But, just routine, still not able to get past Bio here.
Yeah, he seems like he's just not quite enough of a run down that front stretch.
DNF'd. Safety car?
No. And the safety car is out. It is out.
Yes, sir, it is. And, well, obviously... Slippery's going to be able to put on softs here, or not softs, not literally. He's going to be able to put on a new set of tires here and easily, I think, get out ahead of everybody. So,
yeah, he's having a nice Wednesday drive, just simply lovely for the time being.
Smooth operator. Please, no penalties, boys. Come on, get it slowed down. Get it slowed down. Oh! Tails almost went for an overtake into the pit lane, and no, Wesley did end up picking up. Wait, what?
Yeah, Wesley picks up a 5-second penalty for that.
No, it was for a collision. Yeah, that's odd.
With Tails. Oh, and Tails is gonna jump. Tails jumps Canadian and a bunch of people there.
Huh?
Somehow he jumped up. How did he do that there? They came out in front of him, and their cars just stopped. An unsafe release for the AlphaTauri, in my opinion, but he just jumped multiple cars there.
I am befuzzled. I don't know. I don't know. He just went in. in 6th, and he came out 3rd. That pit crew is insane.
Well, they took the Red Bull main crew, and for the rest of the season, they are now the AlphaTauri crew.
Oh, and Black Ball is also would be inept, unfortunately. Well,
I
12
cannot
runners
believe
remain.
that. There, I mean, I see like Canadian Wesley, and I thought it was another car, but both of them were basically in front of him when he released the pits. Almost it seemed like, and their cars just stopped, and his car whipped out in front of him.
Now, here's a
Probably in real
question
life. Go
that
ahead.
we all love to ask every single race. Will these mediums last 23 laps? I'm being serious. I don't think.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think Wesley's maybe gotten it right.
We've seen.
That's a
I
lot
don't know, I
of
was gonna
laps,
say we've
regardless of how
maybe seen
short.
Stranger things, but that is a significant amount. Because I feel like the tire wear on this track would be kind of decent. Maybe not one of the worst ones, but it's gonna be decent though. Tire deck.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it'll be a little bit cliff edge, you know. I think these tires might be falling off a cliff towards the end of the race if these dudes do try to make these last to the end of the race. And I'm really interested to see, as long as Wesley can kind of hold stout during this restart, I think he'll be in a really good position going forward. Because yeah, I think those hards can almost for sure make it. They can make it. I think. That's basically 20 laps. I think, yeah, they can make it.
I honestly think it's gonna be tough. Maybe some of these front guys like Slippery might be able to get a big enough gap and be able to manage the tires towards the end, but it might be tricky though for some of these guys though to manage them for
I think
20 plus laps.
I'm looking at J-Mick right now, and I think this is a classic case of either I didn't change my tire going into the pits, or he just hasn't yet realized that soft tires are awful this year.
Yeah, no, you're not making it very long on them.
So, yeah, safety car's in this lap. Pack is slowed up. They're all doing the dance, as Celestial likes to say.
Doing the weave.
So, should be getting started.
We have no Raikkonens out there either. Everyone is participating.
Yeah, I see everybody. Oh my goodness.
And everybody's
getting so tight too. Like Slippery's doing the most violent warm-up I've ever seen. And I think he's going. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead
and blow the chicane. Vapor does a good job though. I think Vapor's staying with him pretty decent though.
Yeah, Wesley's gotten a decent jump on David as well. So he'll be able to hold stout for now. But he's already starting to lose time here to the medium tires ahead of him. And you almost have to think that Tails is going to be smarter about this overtake the second time.
Yeah, definitely want to make sure he's done a good job to get back up in contention. And now this is basically deja vu because I feel like this is almost the same thing where we were at the beginning of the race.
Oh, the Haas and Bonhomie and Thunder both got into a little scruffle because they are back quite a ways.
Yeah. Green flag is back out. Vapor doing a good job for the time being, staying within about 0.8 of a second, trying to make sure he can maybe stay within the DRS range. Everybody's still single file though, going through the final chicane, it looks like. Yeah, the times are just coming down. Slippery 112.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty damn fast lap, especially for the first lap of the restart. Yeah, Vapor's starting to lose a little bit of time here. DRS not enabled yet. I think it will be at the end of this lap. Well, not this lap. Okay, at the beginning of next lap.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
But obviously
Oh,
it won't actually be activated yet.
And he is right on that fringe point too.
And you can just see the difference of the setup still, even though I think Slippery probably has the advantage of pace. You can see the difference of setups because Vapor is definitely gaining times in certain sections and sectors, but he's just, I think it's really the straight line speed here and some of the exits that he's getting that are kind of his downfall. Yeah, he's falling out now.
Yeah, it just falls out of it. Oh, it's gonna be so tight.
Yeah, he just might be running potentially higher downforce setup here, which isn't a bad thing because it's done him well so far. It's probably kept him very steady, stable, and it's got him P2 so far. So.
Oh yeah.
Right,
He's gonna be under a lot of pressure though. Tails looks like a man on a mission.
Yeah, he's starting to creep up, and so is Canadian, just behind him. They've already started to form a gap. And David just seems to really either not have the pace, maybe he's picked up damage, but he's fallen behind the Alpine of Wesley Santana, who's on a harder compounded tire, only 4 laps in, so maybe David just not showing the pace yet, or who knows? We'll see later into this race. Oh, we've got a...
Oh, and it's
Thunder. That's on track as well, and we have another safety car. So the second of the race...
Not gonna be able to see maybe what happened to him.
And now you would almost think that these boys can just come in and put the hards back on, or do you get one set? This could get interesting because a lot of them started on hards. Do you only get one set?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Slippery's not going in. So yeah, that's more than likely why. Canadian's going in though. I wonder for what. And it looks like a wing change. Interesting.
Okay, so Canadian feeling like he needed...
So he did get damage at some point.
Oh, and he goes back on the 11 lap with hard tires. So you definitely do only get one set of the hards.
He might have to like go back into the pits like now.
He might get a chance at it because he's so close. I don't think the safety car is going to come in this lap. He might get a chance.
Laps already on those. 11 laps, quick maths. Those will have done about 26, 25.
Yeah,
that's even more than we were saying for some of the boys on the mediums. I mean,
tall drink to ask.
Make it, but yeah, that's difficult.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the boots would wear out by then.
Yeah, I do too.
Even with this safety car here, that's not... I think he's going to be able to come in, because the safety car's not coming in this lap. He's on the back of the grid, but that is still unfortunate.
Well, we'll see if he makes that decision, though, because surely by now he has realized that those hards are probably not what he should be on right now.
Oh, let's hope.
He's like warming them up like he's preparing to stay on them. Oh, no.
Oh, no, Lewis. Lewis, don't do it. Don't do it.
Please go in the pits, Canadian. Please hear us, Canadian. Oh my God, he almost went into the wall. Go into the pits, Canadian. No, wrong way.
You're supposed to take a left there, sir. Bonhomie does go in, though.
Oh, hopefully he doesn't make the same mistake.
Excuse me.
It would be very apparent that none of these boys listen to the stream. Okay, he puts on some new softs, which I still kind of slightly question, but see.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, the strategy has just been thrown for a loop. I mean, I think we're so used to getting early safety cars, and we got kind of mid-race safety cars this time, which is a little bit different. And it's kind of thrown a spanner in terms of what tires you have left to even use.
Yeah, so now it comes... Gotta put on the strategy cap if you're out there and make sure you make the right call. Yeah, so Wesley, them tires are gonna be sitting real pretty now. Definitely gonna be making it to the end. Which his safety car's obviously helping in the medium runners, but I still think it's gonna be a tough one though, even with the safety car. to make it to the end on the mediums.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. That we also are now running into yet another glitch, which I experienced earlier this weekend, which is that Park Ferme, even if you have it off, even if you have Park Ferme on, it's off.
Oh.
So in cases like these where you have a wet and a dry session, the boys are able to just they're just able to switch their setups, which kind of sucks.
Oh, Slippery's gonna go early this time. He didn't even.
But Vapor kind of caught it.
Yeah.
However, Wesley did not. Wesley got caught sleeping.
Oh.
Nonetheless, though, he's still in the mix.
Yeah, trying to get himself back up to the back of Tails.
Can't forget about the penalties either.
Yeah, and it's basically just them. Second, third, and fourth who've got the penalty. So David and Bio. They could still be in contention for at least a podium potentially. We'll see. Obviously, we've still got quite a bit.
Tails didn't pit, and I think he's gonna avoid pitting for the rest of the race, so he doesn't have to serve that 5-second. Maybe we'll try to get that taken off the stat sheet. As Canadians had an incident, he's back in the back.
Yeah, he lost some of his right side of his
wing. No! Vapor almost has an incident, or Tails goes into the back of Vapor. Sorry. Almost spins him around. Luckily, Vapor just barely keeps it out of the wall. Vapor going to go a little bit defensive.
Yeah, Tails going to try to cut back to the inside. Not going to be able to do it here, though.
Yeah, and I almost saw it coming, and then I switched off for a second, and then I switched back on, and Vapor was kind of sideways in the hairpin. But great driving from Vapor to be able to keep that under control. We've seen a lot of little touches. We've seen a couple touches into that hairpin now. Uh-oh. Canadian. Another 5-second penalty. I think he's going to actually have to serve his first one. And he retires.
And he had picked a 3-second penalty right before that as well, too. So when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and bow out in the pits.
Let's see here. Tails, yeah, he is so close, even without DRS. He's hanging right on the back of that gearbox.
Yeah, Vapor probably a little bit scared going into this turn again. With Tails on him. Tails is going to go down the inside.
Oh.
Gets
Vapor
it slowed
trying to
down.
hang it around the outside.
They're still side by side. Vapor.
He's going to have the traction, though. Oh, no. Tails is going to have a good run, too, though, here.
Neither of them have DRS
still
yet.
Side by side. Tails is going to take it, though. And shuts the door right at the hairpin, or at the chicane.
That's great racing from the two.
Certainly was.
As DRS gets enabled, maybe Vapor can pose another attack here. Now that DRS is enabled. J-Mick picks up a 3-second.
What is the first one? Okay, yeah, the first one's coming up at the very middle of sector, beginning of sector 2.
Correct. It's right after this corner.
So
yeah, going into the first sector. And he's losing a little bit of time here, but...
Oh, and he has a bad exit there. A little bit of a wiggle. The DRS obviously going to help him regain some of that time.
Yeah, but I think it's hanging around there. I think he'll get a couple more doses of DRS, but my gut is telling me that the AlphaTauri of Tails is going to be able to kick him out of here because he's setting purple sectors right now.
Yeah, even with this long straight right here in the DRS, it looks like he's just falling back.
Oh my gosh, he is closing in quick on Slippery. Only a second already, really separating them.
Tails is
sets the fastest lap
by 0.05 of a second. Wow, you were not lying there. Wow, look at the gap he is. A man on a mission here.
Yeah, that's just one of those for Vapor. He's just got to kind of throw his hands up in that situation and just say, well, yeah, he might have the pace over me right now.
Yeah, no, Vapor's still doing a good job. But
he's
yeah,
flying.
Exactly.
And even while making an overtake, just still gets a fastest lap. Sorry, go on.
No, yeah, sometimes even Vapor running a good race, but sometimes, yeah, you just got to concede and tip your hat.
Yeah, I mean, if he continued to just go hard defensive, I mean, he would have lost time at that point and really wouldn't have been efficient for either one of them.
No, because Wesley was closing in on him ever so slightly there. And look at this, yeah, Tails, he's got DRS.
Yeah. And from nearly, I mean, getting overtaken on turn 1, nearly having a race-ending collision with Vapor, and then getting spun or having a yeah. Did he get spun? He got spun by Canadian.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's how the tables have turned right here.
Yeah, Canadian trying to take out their rival in constructors, but Tails was not having it today and is battling back Slippery.
Yeah, and I think David now has to know, with Canadian out of the race, he has to play the team game here and just make sure that he does not DNF out of this race.
For
They
sure.
need to get as many points here as possible.
And I think Tails is definitely out for a little bit of vengeance after getting, done, not necessarily dirty, but a great move by Slippery, like we mentioned before, just passing him right at the line at Baku last race. So you know that he is wanting to get this win.
I wanted to check in. Now here's the problem. Tails is already pretty low on the old ERS, whereas Slippery is pretty full on the old DRS, or ERS, sorry. So there's definitely a discrepancy in the ERS levels, but I think we'll definitely see here, because I think Tails definitely has a lot of straight line speed. So he might still be able to just stick around here, play his cards right, and try to make a move here towards the end of the race. We'll see.
He's definitely been a little bit of a bullet.
When that's, speaking of a bullet, he has just shot one in his foot.
Right into his darn.
So, yeah, I think even if obviously the 5-second penalty afterwards were to be taken off, the 3-second penalty, unless Slippery picks 1 or 2 up, I think, yeah, he might have definitely just shot himself in the foot there.
Yeah, now he's just going to have to try to force Slippery maybe to try to push into a penalty himself, which Slippery, though, had he minded.
Oh my gosh, Routine and Bio side by side. Routine gets the move done. Is Bio trying to shoot it up the inside? He is. They're almost interlocked. But I think Routine's going to get it done knowing his straight line speed.
So close, and here comes the Ferrari as well.
And he doesn't have ERS or DRS, so this is going to be interesting. They're going side by side again. Bio's going to retake. What about the Ferrari? He's going to have to shuffle in J-Mick.
Great job there, Bio and Routine. That was a nice race in there. Like you mentioned, their wheels were almost interlocked. It looked like intertwined there. J-Mick thinks about a move there for a second.
I thought there was going to be contact for sure. That scared me a little bit.
Yeah, it can happen so easy here.
I hate when broadcast switches to onboard. Like, I'm not on board for a reason. It's broken.
And it gave me one earlier where I was facing backwards and not the right way. Oh, yeah. As Vapor picks up the second one.
Oh.
The second penalty, so...
Yeah, he needs to keep these penalties down. Even though they are building enough of a gap, really, for these penalties not so much to matter in terms of, like, other than the people that also have penalties. David should still be fine. Whoa. What's happening?
Tails goes around him.
Tails has gotten around Slippery. I thought there was contact for some reason. I thought I saw Slippery going even further down, but no. Just overtaken by Tails.
Yeah, so the race lead changes hands. AlphaTauri, he has had an up and down race here, has went literally to the back of the grid after a spin and now is all the way up to the top.
Yeah, he was as far as I think 9th or 10th place behind David when he spun, and then David was making an overtake. He made an overtake. He overtook his teammate, and the safety car comes out, and somehow he overtakes 3 people. I don't know. I don't know how that happens, but it happened.
He had the pit crew on lock today. The pit crew are patting themselves in the back.
Like, he must have had a 1.2 second pit stop. Like, something world record like. But Slippery's still obviously right on the back, and he's got a full tank of ERS to work with, so.
Yeah, we could see a repeat of what we seen last week.
That would just be heartbreaking. But I mean, still though, the penalties are unfortunate.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tails has a penalty. I'm just gonna disregard Tails' penalty.
Vapor's going into the pits. So deciding that these 14-lap-old mediums are not gonna make it to the end, at least comfortably. Now gonna put on the softs, the remaining 8. And I'm not sure how good of a decision this is yet. I guess we'll see. But I think he should have maybe tried to ride out this race on those mediums. We'll see.
It's going to be tough to make these overtakes back.
And I only say that because he was in P3 and the people behind him weren't going to really... Yeah, they weren't going to really make an impact on him, even if they did catch up. So, yeah, maybe not the best decision there from Vapor, but we'll see. We'll see if he can make these positions up. Obviously still has decent pace. If he was able to hold P2 for as long as he did. See if he can use that. Get caught up to J-Mick, who's on 15-lap-old softs.
Just trying to stay alive out there. He is gonna have to.
Surely is gonna have a puncture if he doesn't.
I think the most I've ever done was 18 laps on the softs just to see.
I don't think I've even gone into the double
25%. I did a 25%er just and ran them the whole time. I even disqualified at the very start of the last lap. I didn't even pit, so I did 17 laps just to see what they would do.
Yeah, J-Mick's going in.
Oh no, they did not feel good at all. They had about 83%. I'm surprised I didn't get a puncture, but.
So now we've got a race between really the P5, P6, and P7. All these boys are on kind of older tires. On homie on 10-lap-old softs. I don't know if those will make it. So we'll see where he may have to come out. He's actually just picked up another penalty as well. Whoa! Whoa, Routine's lost some wing. Routine has lost his end plate. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. No, he's losing time here, I think. Yeah, he's definitely losing time. Here comes Vapor in the Red Bull.
Uh-oh. So Vapor trying to make up one of these positions already.
Whoa! Vapor maybe not expecting it. Has to take evasive action.
Yeah, Routine's going to be in a lot of trouble here, even though he has a lot of straight line speed.
Routine without part of his wing is a scary thought. And he's not pitting. Okay, no, he makes a decision.
Whoa! Never let him know your next move.
That was so stupid. What is this man doing? This man is an absolute demon. He was like, I'ma stay out. And then mid-corner was like, nah, I'm not. As Vapor's already making an overtake here on Bonhomie. My stomach hurts after that one.
Me too. Bonhomie had no defense that time. Vapor, a man on a mission, trying to make up these positions, but wow.
Oh my goodness. That was absolute. Like, can you imagine if someone did that in real life? Like, they make a decision on whether to stay out mid chicane. Like, oh man, they would be absolutely flamed. Could Vapor get another overtake here though in this straight?
The only thing I can think of is Fernando trying to keep the toe when he followed him.
Tap.
No, he has to back out.
Little tap there, little tippity tap, love tap.
Yeah, Rubin's racing.
Doing there. Is it? It's raining.
It's starting to. It is starting to sprinkle.
No way, dude.
For the last 5 laps, it might get wet. Even if you look to the sea over there, it kind of looks like it's a little bit of a storm.
I mean, I'm on board with Vapor in Bio, and I can see the skies just starting to gray. And Bio is all over the back of Bio.
Tap. He's gonna go to the left. Thinks about going back right, but he's got a wheel.
This is actually somewhat advantageous. No, he doesn't break last.
Oh, and Bio with such stout defense.
Placing his car perfectly.
This is making Fernando certainly.
He's gonna go to the inside. They're both gonna go deep. No. Oh my goodness, Bio's doing amazing at defending this.
Exactly, Bio somehow opens up the corner, gets the traction down, but Vapor once again, DRS open. He's gonna go left here, goes down to the inside. So much more speed, gonna make it done before the braking zone though.
Yeah, that one's done. He's gonna have another dose as well. But yeah, no, it has started raining with 4 laps to go.
This is gonna be interesting. Will it pick up enough?
And it's just funny. I'm like thinking of like there's a Twitter that's like tweets that didn't age well, and I'm just thinking of how you said there is no chance for rain at the beginning, and we get a safety car, unfortunately, because of J-Mix DNF into the, I believe out of the final chicane. Oh yeah. He has
a wall victim.
He has Robert Kubica at Brazil, dad at Canada. I don't know how he's done that, but
yep, he is a victim. So Tails is going into the pits here. Slippery is coming in as well.
They're gonna put on a brand new set of shofts, as Yarno would say, shofts. Or yeah, they are doing the shofts. Wait, why is? Oh, he has to serve.
Has to serve the penalty. He should still get out and be P2, so maybe he gets a chance for the win here, though. This might actually give him the.
No, Wesley passes both of them.
Wesley's not.
Wesley's taking the track position. No, oh, it's close out of the pits. Wesley has it.
Ooh, it was close.
And Tails maybe thanking his lucky stars right now that Slippery did not get past him.
Yeah. That was almost reminiscent of like Checo and Sites there. I'm trying to think of the track. Saudi Arabia maybe, or Qatar. I can't remember honestly.
Was it this year?
It was one of the. No, it was maybe it was this year or last year. I can't remember. To tell you the truth now.
No, either way. So I mean, oh, J-Mick.
Yeah, so everybody, it's not raining hard enough. Then obviously everybody feels comfortable enough to stay out.
I mean, the question here now, because Wesley's actually maybe pulled a fast one. How many laps are we gonna get of racing? And I mean, imagine one lap of racing and Wesley somehow keeps this lead. Like this could actually be kind of crazy.
This could be an upset. Could be an upset win for sure.
But I mean, knowing Slippery, he's gonna get past him on the restart somehow. Oh,
and Wesley's gonna
ruin our fun.
Oh,
I wanted him to stay out. Actually, I really did.
I know. I'm truly wanted to see that. Oh, he's going intermediates. Wesley's gonna go intermediates here. So he still might be trying something.
It's an interesting choice. I haven't seen. Well, obviously we're gonna get no DRS anyway, and that's usually my call.
Gonna get past, or is he gonna get back past these guys?
Nah. Well.
No, he's not. He is not.
I mean, maybe on the restart. I think he'll have a grip advantage for sure.
The rain is starting to pick up a little bit.
You see the little speckled things on the ground.
It is starting to pick up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh man, this could. Oh.
Whoa, what happened?
Going on board with a couple guys there coming out of the corner.
They're not looking.
And it might be getting a little damp out there. It might just be actually getting a little bit of dampness out there.
Wesley being the only one to choose to go in is kind of surprising, but I think Oh, this could be interesting. I really hope it comes in. Yes, it's coming in. So we will get we'll get 2 laps. We'll get 2 laps. 2.5-ish. Like, so I will take it. I'm interested to see how some of these guys respond to this rain, which looks similar, at least kind of similar to what we had in quali, where these guys were doing times on wets and intermediates. So,
and I'm just wondering if it stays like this, they might be okay. But is it gonna rain hard? It keeps raining though.
Is he gone already?
Rain hard.
I think he's gone already. Yeah.
Oh wow, he did go
Wasted
early.
no time. I think he likes to make people have to do a braking zone. I think he feels very comfortable.
I almost kind of agree with the tactic though. If you can, because that kind of that slingshot effect, you know, it's so hard to. The first car is always gonna get a better drive, you know, or at least get a few links out.
And then you know they'll all kind of follow suit as Brundle will say, the first car punching a. Okay, I thought the power up was losing, but no, that's already a position gain for Wesley.
And it kind of looks like, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like
they'll be okay.
They're still driving, and I was just about to say, I think they just might be okay, but they're kind of not tiptoeing. I don't think that's the right word, but cautiously driving, I would say.
Yeah.
Which
I can tell you, I would be tiptoeing. As David and Vapor, I think, are gonna have a really tight fight here. And I assume a lot of those guys also were able to serve penalties. Yeah, we've got a lot less penalties.
Vapor goes for it on the inside.
I think he's got it here. He's getting squirrely out. No, he's going to lose the position back to David, I think. No, they're side by side.
They are side by side. I think David is going to be able to...
No.
Vapor's
got it. At least going into
Vapor.
the chicane. And he's going to be able to secure it. So Vapor proving he's one of those. He's definitely on the limit, but he's got to be careful here in the last lap. Oh, are they? They almost made contact. I thought they were going to make contact, but David. They both actually go deep.
And my bad again. Vapor is just drifting the car out there.
He's got no grip.
4 wide.
Oh my goodness.
And they come to their side by
Vapor's
side.
still losing the car.
He says that he's gonna lose 3 positions.
No, Vapor, no, that's not right. No, and there's contact, and he loses some of his wing. And the Alpines
come together.
Vapor just has 0 grip.
And Wesley still might be able to get up there. So the intermediate tires, he is coming back now, and they are holding on.
You're completely right.
And here he comes. Wesley's going to make the pass on David.
And it's no trouble at all. He's already back into P3.
Slippery and Tails are just going to be able to hold on just enough.
And every time I see Vapor, his rear end is wanting to, like, just go out on him completely. He has no control over that car right now, and that's just unfortunate because he's raced so well all night.
Slippery's going to take it.
Oh, there's contact!
Oh, there is! And the Red Bulls...
They're both going to be losing positions. Routine's going to pick up the damage.
Oh, my goodness. They're both... Oh, my goodness.
And Vapor still can't. Vapor is just...
When it rains, it really pours here.
And Slippery takes another win here at the Canadian Grand Prix.
And he's going to lose every position, too. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, he's lucky to at least be in 9th. Takes home 2 points, but definitely won't be happy with that.
Yeah, no. The performance he had is not showed in the result there, but that... Oh, man, that is a crazy finish right there, if I've ever seen one.
I mean, wow, I don't know how, for one, Slippery was able to get a 5-second gap. That's incredible. So, I mean, that just shows Slippery just on another level today. Even though Tails was able to come back a little bit at him towards the end before the rain, it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah.
And
No,
I
so
mean, yeah,
Wesley, I think, did do a good job there then, because he was on 20 lap old hards there, so he probably was going to be overtaken in the wet in them tires, most likely, potentially by Slippery and
I mean, I
Tails.
almost want to see a full on board of just Wesley in the last 2 laps.
Yeah, he definitely made some moves there to get back up into podium.
But yeah, it was a slow burner. It was a slow burner. But that one ended up being actually quite an entertaining race. Obviously, Slippery finishing in first, Tails in second, Wesley getting on the podium in third, David in fourth, Routine in fifth, Bonhomie in sixth, seventh is Bio, Power Up, and obviously Not Sir Vapor finishing down as the last finisher. Unfortunate. But, I mean, hey, next week, we've got a fan favorite, a personal favorite, Great Britain, Silverstone.
Nice.
I mean, in my probably one of the best tracks, if not the best track on this game. Let's be real here. Just an amazing track. But yeah, we will see you guys. I mean, Celeste, do you have anything to say about that race?
Oh, not much. I mean, it was entertaining, like you mentioned, though, towards the end, entertaining stretches, but it kind of turned out like we kind of easily predicted. Slippery and Tails 1-2
Yeah.
at the top.
Yeah. I mean, before the broadcast started, I did say Slippery would win, and I guess I can cash in those bets. But we will see you guys next week, September 28th, same time, Wednesday, 8 p.m. for Silverstone.